Hello everybody, welcome back to my running channel. Hope you're all okay. Now if you're wondering what the bloody hell's happened to his hair, yep, I shaved it off last week. Just after I filmed last week's video, I thought, you know what, enough's enough. Got the shaver, straight down the middle, and it was off. And you know what, it's so much better, especially when I'm running. There's nothing there, getting in the way. So yeah, that's the end of the story. I love it. Hopefully it'll be staying like this, fingers crossed. So I've just been watching Jim Walmsley's 100k. Now for you at home that have been watching this, it was so ridiculous. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jim Walmsley is an amazing runner from Arizona. He was attempting the 100k world record, so for you that work in miles, 60 miles, world record, which stood at 6 hours 40, I think. No, I don't know. But he missed out on the record by 11 seconds. Now, when you've been running for over 6 hours and you miss a record, world record, by 11 seconds, how gut-wrenching that must be. He crossed the finish line and he was just sick, physically sick, which summed it all up for me. But yeah, unbelievable. So this week's video, I thought I'd do it on my previous races. I've had a flick through Strava all the way back to 2015 when my first Strava activity was. Seems like ages ago now, 6 years ago. So I've had a flick through and we're just going to have a quick highlight over big events in my running, not what call it a career, journey is perfect word, but in my running journey. We'll see what race I've done, big training events, where my running progressed. So yeah, let's crack on with the video. So we're going to take it all the way back to when I was a kid. I didn't do much running at all, seriously. I played football. My mum and dad took me to... My dad's been waiting for a shout out on this, so he's finally got one. So my dad took me to football as a kid, so probably from the age of about 6, all the way up to when I was about 13, 14, I don't know, probably a bit older, 14, 15, I played football. I mean, I was good as a kid, probably got worse and worse as I got older. And then after that, I played a bit of rugby union for Selby. Other than that, I didn't do much. I mean, at school, I was okay at PE. Brennan, if you're watching, big shout out, mate. Like 1500 was the most amount of running that we got done. And I was okay. I mean, I was probably about averaging about 4th or 5th in 1500. Which if I could go back, I mean, I'll absolutely smash it now. So yeah, I wasn't really a massive runner. So yeah, let's go fast forward to 2015 when my first Strava run was. So in the year 2015, I registered my first Strava run. It wasn't a long one, I think it was only about 7k, just nice and steady. But after that, I registered my first 10 kilometers, which was the Caerphilly 10k, which I finished in 44 minutes, a very respectable 44 minutes, which I thought, well, looking back now, I'd have dreamed of a first finishing time of 44 minutes. So yeah, after that, I went on to I did a half marathon in Scotland, the Aberfeldy half marathon. It was very hilly, lots of elevation, but I did that in 1:52, 1:53. So yeah, that was my first half, really, and that was it for 2015. There was hardly anything else, no training, nothing. So on to 2016, I didn't even register much then. It was just Leeds Half Marathon 2016, which I finished in 1:47. So I'd got faster from the year before, even though I'd done no training, which is ridiculous. Big no-nos to everybody out there. And then forward again to 2017, nothing again. I was really shocked when I looked through and I was like, what was I doing? So 2017 I did the Leeds half marathon again, and this time I did it in 1:43, so it was closer and closer, getting faster and faster. So I don't know how. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone at home. So in 2018 I found myself chasing a sub 20-minute 5k, which I eventually did after lots of persistent park runs, and lots of runs after work. At the time I was working in Batley, which was like a 40-minute drive to, 40-minute drive home from work. So fast forward to now, where my drive to work's only 5 minutes, I've got an hour and a half more time to put running in. So I can see where the benefits are there. Also in 2018 I did the Vale of York half marathon, which I did in 1:39. So back on with Leeds, it was getting faster and faster. So going into 2019, I noticed I've started bumping up the mileage. I was doing nice little short runs here and there, but nothing too major, no races. I don't know why. So then fast forward into 2020, when I set myself the target of 10k a day, it started getting very serious then. Noticed runs every day, and that's really where it switched on, really, where my running came from. Putting the time and effort in really progressed my running. So then in March 2020, I did my first ever marathon, which was a time of 4 hours. I mean, I was absolutely knackered by the end. So I see when people only do one marathon, like, I'm never doing that again. Do it again, it's much easier. Trust me. Because then I did it in April in a time of 3:55. And then I did it in May with a time of 3:53. So it was slowly getting down with more time and effort. Also in May was a really busy month on Strava. Go check it out. I did a 5k in 18:35, which is belting on a bit. Also in May, I did a 50k, just a little training ultra. That was my first ultra, to be fair, in 4 hours 42. And I remember doing that, and I felt amazing by the end. In May 2020, I did my first Punk Panther. It wasn't an official one, just a little training event that we were doing. But that was a 56-kilometre that started in Otley, went all the way down into Leeds and back out again. I did that in 6 hours 4 minutes. So that was a nice little introduction to the ultra world. The same month, a couple of weeks later, I did my half PB, which still stands, at 1 hour 27. That will be getting broken soon, so keep your eyes posted. And then in June, I bumped the miles up with the ultras a bit more and did an 80-kilometre just a little training event near me in 7 hours 49. So it really set up the ultra world for me there. In July 2020, I did my first proper ultra marathon, which was the High Life, the Punk Panther High Life up in Otley, which was 134 kilometres, which I did in 19 hours 30. Lots of elevation, went up the Chevin twice. Amazing day out, to be fair. If I could go back and do it again, I'm sure I'd do it a lot faster. And then the end of July 31st, I did a 91-kilometre training event with James Ellis. It was a Friday night. I'd worked the full day's work, 8 by 5. Got home, half an hour's kip, drove up to Ripley. We did a 91-kilometre recce of the Nidderdale Way, all the way through the night to the next morning. I think we finished about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Did that in 11 hours 55. So yeah, that was in preparation for a race 2 weeks after, which was the Punk Panthers Nidderdale Way. There it is, which I completed in 10 hours 42. So from the recce to the actual race, I think partly because I knew the route and I had lots of training in my legs, I managed to take a lot of time off. And then moving forward to October 2020, I did the Punk Panther Hindmost, which is here. Got a little plaque because I come third, which is decent. Nice little medal as well. That was a it was an elimination ultramarathon. So we did a marathon. You had 6 hours to do a marathon. It was a 10k out and back. Do that. So I did that in about 4 hours, give myself plenty of rest time, went up to a local cafe, fueled, and then it was 10k out and back, and whoever was last, you get eliminated all the way up to whoever's last man standing, really. So I love that type of event. So I kind of got to the trophy stage, top 3, and I thought, it got to about 10, 11 o'clock at night. We've been running since 9 in the morning. I was just like, yeah, I'm ready for home. I think next year I'm really going to target that one. So yeah, that was in October. In December, I got my marathon PB after lots of training. I did that with the help of 2 pacers, Dan and Dave. Did that in 3 hours 14. So that's a good benchmark to build on. And then in January, where we are now, last few weeks, I got a 5k PB of 17 minutes, 50 seconds. So I broke the 18-minute barrier. That was after I'd done my how to get a faster 5k video. So obviously I took the tips from that video and it worked for me, which pleases me really. Yeah, so that's where we are now. We're going into February 2021. So we'll see what next month has in store. So I hope you liked that little short video on my running journey. I know it's not been quite a big journey. Hopefully there's lots more to come. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you've subscribed, tap the bell icon, give it a like, make sure you comment, give me some suggestions, let me know what your best races have been. I'd love to hear from you. And keep your eyes posted for next week, because I've got a very, very good video planned for next week. You're all going to want to be on it. So make sure you tune in next weekend for the release of a new video that you're all going to love, I'm sure. I'm not giving no spoilers away yet, but you'll soon see. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next week for a very special video.